Shout out to Loot Crate for sponsoring this update. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box filled with all sorts of pop culture collectibles and gear. This month they got an awesome one. Stuff from Marvel's Spider-Man, Sonic the Hedgehog, Dune, and Metal Gear Solid. Man, I love all of those things. Subscribe now by going to lootcrate.com/no. Enter code NO to save 15% off your subscription. Welcome to the No, I'm Brian. Hope you had a great weekend, played lots of games. We got a lot of news to get to, so let's do it. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has not been running that well on the Xbox One X, so the developer says it is turning down the graphical settings while it fixes things. In a post on the website, developer Bluehole said, "We wanted to let our players know that we are aware of frame rate issues on the Xbox One X, and this is a top priority for us. We understand the frustration that this is causing, and we will be deploying a hotfix on September 18th to implement some changes that will help with this issue." Now, the game's main resolution won't change, neither will the texture quality, but they're definitely turning off a number of graphic effects or downgrading them temporarily. Bluehole showed some comparison screenshots, then added this is only a temporary fix, and we wanted to get this out as soon as possible in order to help those experiencing performance issues. Man, the Xbox One X, that's the last place you would expect to see this. It's definitely good that they're fixing this, but not a great look for PUBG, especially considering that its competitors like Fortnite continue to do well, and the new Blackout mode from Black Ops 4 is getting a lot of positive feedback. So hopefully they can get it fixed. PUBG players definitely deserve it. Meanwhile, it looks like Shadow of the Tomb Raider might be off to a slow start. GamesIndustry.biz reports that the game debuted at number 2 on the UK charts. Its sales are 25% higher than Rise of the Tomb Raider, which released in 2015. Now, that seems like it would be a good sign, but you got to read the fine print on this. If you remember, Rise of the Tomb Raider launched at the time as an Xbox One exclusive, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider is a multi-plat. So maybe that's not such a great sign. And GamesIndustry.biz pointed out that Shadow of the Tomb Raider sales are more than 70% down in the UK compared to the 2013 game that rebooted the franchise. So some troubling signs there. Now, it's only physical, they're not counting digital, but still, from what we know, there might be a bit of a drop off. Meanwhile, of course, Spider-Man held on to the top spot in the UK. Not a big surprise there. Speaking of big upcoming games, Rockstar showed off some new locales in the upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2, because what's a good open world game without a bunch of cool places to visit? There are definitely some unique places that you'll be able to check out and presumably rob, like the town of Rhodes, which is a southern town that's caught up between two warring plantation families, kind of a Hatfields and McCoy situation. And there's the snowy town of Mount Hagen and the mining town of Ansburg. There's even a swamp town. It's awesome. And since it's a Western, there are plenty of rough and tumble towns like Valentine, which is described as a place that attracts traders, ranchers, cowboys, gamblers, outlaws, and prostitutes from far and wide, all looking to make some money, raise some hell, and have a good time. I can't wait to play this game. I'm getting all warm and fuzzy inside. I like all of those things. The game releases for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One October 26th. The new Switch Online service rolls out tomorrow, but you won't need it to play certain games, including one of the biggest in the world. An FAQ on the Nintendo site says, beginning September 18th, 2018, a Nintendo Switch Online membership is required to participate in co-op and competitive online features for many first and third-party Nintendo Switch games, including Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, ARMS, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Then it goes on to add some games such as Fortnite can be played online without a Nintendo Switch membership. So that means possibly other free-to-play games or, whatever else might be added too. We'll just have to wait and see what requires the service and what doesn't. We got a new trailer for episode 2 of the final season of The Walking Dead from Telltale Games. Spoiler alert here, the big headline is the return of Lily to the game. Looks like she is being kind of set up as the main villain of the final season. You might remember that we haven't heard from Lily since season 1, and the trailer ends with her and Clem in a pretty tense standoff. Looks pretty cool. Episode 2 releases next week, September 25th. All right, we've got a very special birthday to celebrate. Grand Theft Auto 5 turns 5 years old as of today. Wow, I feel old. Okay, older. Even though after 5 years the game is going super strong, especially GTA Online, regularly tops the Steam charts. Since its release, the game has been one of the best-selling games of all time. I think it's only behind Tetris and Minecraft. As of last month, it was approaching 100 million copies sold. It has made more than $6 billion, which they say has made it the most profitable entertainment product of all time. That is crazy. All right, it's been a long time since we've seen everybody's favorite fanboy S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Phil Coulson, on the big screen at least. On the small screen, we all know he survived the events of the Avengers, but in the actual MCU films, he has been long gone. Thankfully, the upcoming Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, long before Loki ran poor old Coulson through and he recovered in Tahiti. And actor Clark Gregg told Entertainment Weekly that means he gets to show up in MCU films again. In fact, he promised a little meetup between Coulson and Nick Fury. Gregg says that means Coulson is a little more innocent and a little less jaded than the smartass agent we all know and love. He also said Coulson of the 90s is obsessed with MC Hammer, who wasn't back then, and he may or may not be wearing wardrobe inspired by him. Holy shit, that means we get some Hammer pants. If y'all don't remember what those were, Google it. Maybe we can flash an image right now. They were amazing. They should be a superpower by themselves. All right, let's finish up on some more entertainment news. Todd Phillips has shared the very first look of Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. Well, kind of. His Joker movie is about the character before he became the Clown Prince of Crime. So the photo of Joaquin Phoenix as the proto-Joker looks, well, kind of looks like Joaquin Phoenix, to be honest. He shared the photo via Instagram, and it doesn't really reveal much. He's not in like costume or anything because he's not the Joker yet, but you do get a little inkling of the performance that we might get from Phoenix. We don't know a whole lot about the movie, just that it's a standalone that's completely separate from the rest of the DCEU films, and that it's before the Joker puts on the white face paint. He was just a struggling comedian back then. I could totally relate to that. Y'all should put me in the movie. Check out my special on Amazon. It's also got Robert De Niro, Mark Maron, Zazie Beetz, and Francis Conroy also starring. That is a stacked lineup. The film is expected to hit theaters October of 2019. All right, that is all the news we've got for you today. Let us know what you think about all these stories down in the comments below. And for all your news from every corner of the internet, like this video, tip your waitstaff, subscribe to The Know. See, that's some comic shit right there. Shout out to Loot Crate for sponsoring this update. If you've never tried Loot Crate, it's a monthly subscription box filled with all sorts of pop culture collectibles and gears. It's delivered right to your door. They've got crates from gaming, anime, sci-fi, and fantasy. All the good stuff. My favorite is the mystery crate. It's like a little birthday present to myself every month. Sometimes there's a comic book, sometimes a vinyl figure, sometimes a cool bobblehead. It is always fun, and I never know what I'm getting. That's kind of what I like. There's a guaranteed t-shirt inside each crate. You get $60 worth of value for less than $30 a month. This month's crate is super cool. It's got stuff from Spider-Man, Sonic the Hedgehog, Doom, and Metal Gear Solid. But this one is probably going to sell out. You've only got until September 27th to guarantee your order, so better get on it quick. Subscribe now by going to lootcrate.com/know. Enter code KNOW to save 15% off your subscription.